Hey y'all, I'm about to make some tea cakes and I wanted to show y'all the secret that I got from Miss Crawford. Now, you can use any kind of this flavorings that I'm about to share with you that you find in the store, but these are the ones that I use. Instead of just using vanilla extract in my tea cakes, Miss Crawford, the lady I met at a car dealership over 25 years ago, told me to use vanilla extract plus almond extract plus lemon extract plus rum extract, and do equal quantities of all four of these. Now, these are the brands that I use, and it's just that when I was initially trying to put my tea cakes together, I couldn't find like McCormick in every brand, so I started using these different brands. They're more expensive, but baby, the tea cakes are so good. So use what you use in the store, but get lemon extract, almond extract, rum extract, and vanilla flavoring. Vanilla extract, not imitation, vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. And baby, your tea cakes will be so delicious. So today, I'm going to show you two different ways I make tea cakes. Y'all, in this bowl over here, I actually sift my flour. Now, I know that the chefs and the great people say that you don't have to sift flour anymore, but I still do, y'all. I can't help it because that's how I was taught to do it. So I have 4 cups of flour there in that bowl. I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I have a pinch of salt, and I have a teaspoon of nutmeg in that bowl right here, all sifted together. Here, I've got 2 cups of sugar, and I'm getting ready to add, this is 2 sticks of butter or 16 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I use Kerrygold butter. So this is equivalent to what you would call 2 sticks at 16 tablespoons. So I'm going to do this the way I was taught to do this, to cream the butter and the sugar together, and then you're going to add your eggs and your vanilla and the flour dry ingredients. That's how I was taught to do it, because a tea cake is really a cookie cake. It really is a cake. It really is a cookie with a cake-like texture. But to tell you about the story about Miss Crawford, there's an article on Black Restaurants Week where I tell the story how I met her at a car dealership maybe 25 years or so ago. And we got to talking, and because I'm from Chicago, we didn't make a lot of tea cakes. And I told her I had been looking for a tea cake recipe. And we just struck up a conversation. And she said, I have a delicious tea cake recipe I'll give you. And she gave me her recipe. And I have been making tea cakes for over 25 years based on that lady's recipe. And I'm telling you, they are delicious. So let me get the butter and the sugar cream together and get all of this mixed up. And I'll show you what we do next. So I cream the butter and the sugar together for 5 minutes. Anytime you're baking a cake, do at least 5 minutes, scrape the bowl down, and then do 1 more minute. I'm getting ready to add 3 eggs to this, and I use jumbo or large eggs, and I add the eggs one at a time. Add 1 egg mix, add 1 egg mix, add 1 egg mix. Egg number 1 in. Number 2 in. Egg number 3. And now I'll add a half a teaspoon of each one of my flavorings. Half a teaspoon of each extract is in. Mix that. And then next I'm going to add the flour and the buttermilk. The flour mixture and the buttermilk. I'm going to start with the flour, add 1/3 of the flour, 1/2 of the buttermilk. Add another 1/3 of the flour, the other half of the buttermilk, and then the last part of the flour. Start with flour and end with flour. That's traditionally how it's done. And I'm only using 1/4 cup of buttermilk. I want y'all to see this batter and see that it's sticky like this. So what I'm going to do is roll it into plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator. Most of the times I chill mine overnight and cut them the next day, but you can chill them for an hour or 2. That's fine too, but they got to go in the refrigerator. So let me wrap them in plastic and I'll show you what they look like. I got to put flour on my hands to do it because they're really, really sticky. So I poured it out on a cutting board and just kind of pulled the dough together because it's really, really sticky, and put flour on top and flour on the bottom. I'm going to cut it in half and roll each half into a log and let them chill for at least an hour. But as I was doing that, I'm always thinking about different stories about food that I learned. And one of the things that kind of brought a smile to my face is how people online today don't want to give up their recipes from their mom or grandmom or auntie down the street or whatever. And the reason they don't want to do that is because, especially if they have a cooking channel, they want to save those recipes for a cookbook, which is fine and good. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I want to encourage you, however you're going to share those recipes, to make sure you're sharing those recipes, because so many recipes are getting lost. And it doesn't necessarily have to be soul food, but so many recipes from moms, grandmoms, uncles, aunties, whomever are getting lost. And just figure out a way to share those recipes because it's valuable. Because if Miss Crawford hadn't shared that recipe with me 25 years ago, I would still be making tea cakes the traditional way with just using vanilla extract. And now I use 4 different flavors, and they just uplift the tea cake so much. So I really appreciate her sharing it with me. And because she shared it with me, I wanted to share it with you. So y'all, this is the first way that I'm going to cut them. I'm going to cut them with a knife and just cut them like this size and put them on a cookie sheet. And they're ice cold. They're really, really cold. And then put them in the oven on 350. And the second batch, I'm going to actually roll out. Forgot to show you what they look like cooking. Sorry. But when I put them on the pan, they've already spread it out a little bit. That's what they look like. So there they are out of the oven. It's too hot for me to, ooh, they're hot to handle. See, there they go. I'm gonna get them off this cookie sheet and put them on a rack to cool. And once they cool down, I'll show you the insides because they just out of the oven. They hot. So I want y'all to see the texture of this. It's like a cake-like texture in the inside, and it's crusty on the bottom like a cookie. It's, y'all, it's so good. It got a little crunch, but then it's soft in the inside. Y'all, these things are so good. You can sit down and eat a dozen of these in a sitting. They're so good. And you have to be careful. The old people used to call them, one of them flour cookies. They used to call them flour cookies. Oh man, good. Show you again. Look at that. Look at that. And that black spot right there, that's nutmeg right there. That's good. Oh man, that's delicious. That's it, y'all. That's tea cake. That is one way. Now let me show you another way. It's impossible to eat just one, y'all. It is literally impossible. They're that good. Yep, they are. So this batch, I just roll out and use my cookie cutter to cut them out. And so these I roll out thinner, a little thinner, and I bake for about 8 minutes at 400. The other ones that I baked on 350, I baked those for 10 to 12 minutes. So these go 8 to 10, 8 to 9 minutes. The other ones go 10 to 12 minutes. And so y'all will hear me say a lot that the cook always eats first. So what I do as the cook or the baker, I get the ugly ones where like this one, I accidentally put my thumbprint in it, and I just take that and that's my treat. Or this one was my last piece of dough, and I just smashed it out with my hand. That's my treat. That's how the cook always eats first. You always eat first. Make sure the product is good, baby. Make sure the product is good. I'm gonna show y'all all of them in just a minute, but in each batch, I got 18, and I'm eating 3 from each batch. So I've eaten 6 cookies. I've eaten half a dozen of cookies, but the flavor is so good. They're so addictive that it's really easy to do. Now, what I've done is I've created a playlist of easy, simple kitchen tips that I want you to go watch. I'm gonna leave a link above up here. I want you to go watch these, and it'll help you, I think, save some time, save some money, and possibly become a better cook in the kitchen, because it'll tell you it's not a hack thing. It's a playlist, but it's not about hacks. It's about things that I think that once you know while you're cooking and while you're in the kitchen, if you are aware of these things, I think that they can make you a better cook. So hold on, let me show you how these tea cakes look, both different, the 2 ways that I've created them, and then make sure you go up there and watch that playlist, okay? I'm Val Taylor. I'll see y'all on the next video. Y'all go out and make it a great day and hold on for the final shot. Bye now. And that's how you do tea cakes 2 ways.